So here we are at our last class for the semester, the class Mammalia. These are the endothermic vertebrates, which means we regulate our own internal body temperature by metabolism. And we have a four-chambered heart. Remember, that has descended down since we went to the birds. The body has hair and differentiated teeth, and we looked at that back in the evolution unit where we talk about that differentiation of the teeth and specialization being an evolutionary advancement. Well-developed brain, especially in my students, and a high degree of parental care. And if you just peruse the animals down below, you do see a lot of those that are good parents. Cretaceous extinction. Once the dinosaurs were gone, it left an open niche, and this is where the mammals sort of flourished and came in. There are 4 types of skin glands found in all of the mammals: mammary, sebaceous, sweat, and scent. It's hard to think of killer whales and dolphins as sweating, but they do have the glands that produce that. And then we'll look at 3 lines of evolution for class Mammalia: the monotremes, the marsupials, and the eutherians, and this has to do with birthing. The first line of evolution that we'll look at is the monotreme. They are known for producing a oviparous reptile-like egg. We'll look at the platypus and the spiny anteater, also known as the echidna. They have the mammary glands, but they produce milk by sort of a specialized oozing structure, and that's definitely something you can Google. They are mostly found in Australia and New Guinea. The platypus is a monotreme. And this is the echidna, or spiny anteater. Produces a reptile-like egg. When I first saw this animal, I thought it might be echinda, like echinoderm, because it looks like a spiny skin animal, but echidna is the correct pronunciation. Echidna, which is our second line of evolution for the class Mammalia, the marsupials. Kangaroos, koalas, sugar gliders, and their strategy for young is to give birth to a live young, but then that young develops in a pouch called a marsupium, mostly found in Australia and South America. We do have some North American marsupials. Here's some examples. Of course, the opossum is our example locally. And some marsupial funny. What do you mean we have a test? You have a test coming up. There's our guy. The last line, and this is the line of mammalian evolution that you belong to, is the eutherian. These are the placental mammals. They are the most diverse and most complex of the mammals. The embryo develops in uterus. It's joined to the mother by placenta. DNA evidence putting this at about 100 million years ago. Morphologically, maybe 60 million years ago. So there is a range of discrepancy. But this is you. The smallest of all the mammals is the bumblebee bat. Of course, bats vary in morphologies. Why not time for one more Hawaiian reference? The horay bat is the only mammal that really made it onto land. There's only 2 mammals that actually made it to Hawaii on their own, this horay bat and the Hawaiian monk seal. We know our mammals, and we love our mammals. So grab some popcorn and let's do a little mammal slideshow. I invite students, if you have a favorite picture of a mammal, to send me a picture of a mammal. Send me something and I will add it to this slideshow. I expect that by the time 2025 rolls around, this will be about 35 minutes of straight animal images, so just enjoy. We had to put this one in there. Can't have a Texas class without a Texas Longhorn. This is your mammal. It's the largest mammal. Other than the horay bat, this is the Hawaiian monk seal. This is the other mammal that made it to Hawaii on its own. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Now that doesn't seem right. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Hope you get that reference. Oh, and then this is a growing slideshow. This one started off with about 2 or 3 pictures I was playing tribute to some relatives of mine that had passed away, and this just keeps growing year after year, and you might recognize some famous faces in there and some faces around North Lake, and there's some personal faces in here. Both Professor Turley and I are in here a couple times. Anyway, this is just a conglomeration of one of the biggest parts of class Mammalia, or at least as far as we're concerned, which is us. We are so important. It's so important that we understand our own places in this universe, and we understand that we're part of this great big mishmash. If this is the first lecture that you're listening to, fine, you'll understand this later. If this is the last lecture that you're listening to, I hope you really understand that it's important to keep yourself in the context of this entire discussion. Looking at the taxonomy of life, looking at the diversity of life is so important, but only if you remember what your place and your role is among all of those other organisms. Hopefully you'll have a good sense of what it means to be human. Hopefully you have a good sense of what it means to have our roles as humans and what role we play ecologically, and as we look towards our own selves to produce a solution to help the diversity of life carry on. So you're very important. I hope that you also understand that throughout all of these lectures, we've talked about stuff that affects you, stuff that might kill you, something that might cure you, or how we can impact these. So hopefully you've enjoyed your dance through Kingdom Animalia, and that you move on with some great information and be part of the solution. That being said, this is the taxonomy of you. This is your entire taxonomy. I think this is worthwhile to memorize. In some classes and in some cases, we've even gone as much as saying that we'll put this on the test. Sometimes it's bonus, sometimes it's required, but you should definitely have this memorized. Some of it makes total sense to you. Domain Eukarya, Unacanta, Opisthecons, Animalia. You've known all those for a while. Chordata, Craniata, Mammalia, you need to know that for several other organisms as well. Now, going down to genus and species, you've known you were Homo sapiens for a long time, subspecies very hard. So really, if you break this list down, all you have to know is order Primata, family Homidae, and you should be out the door. But you should appreciate the taxonomy of you. That is the end.
Please,
as always, we like to end
consider the following
lectures with a sustainability tip. Do you think the green movement or the movement towards sustainability is more masculine or feminine? Truth be told, it's more feminine, 82% to 18%. Now, guys, come on. We need to move that forward. And ladies, awesome. Part of the theory behind this, or the reasoning behind this, might be the Mother Earth idea. But anyway, this is a great opportunity for gentlemen. Get out there and change that 18 to 19 or 20. And ladies, don't let them change it to 18, 19, 20. Shoot for the 100% and take over the world. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that, and we'll catch you on the other side for the test.